I wonder, do you think that to get to that stadium they used GPS?
But there's a good chance that there was an insulin clinic nearby. So
you guys have started something. It's never going to end.
No, you started it.
You started it.
Yes, I guess.
Welcome to the Wayback Chronicles podcast. My name is Keith Abbott, and I'm here with my lifelong friends Noel Kirsch and Steve McKelkey. In the Wayback Chronicles, we discuss everything that's happened from 1970s to the present.
So really in this final episode of 1978, I'm going to start off with a little bit of sports and then sort of just go in a little bit of pop culture stuff just to... And Keith's playing with his toys. And I'm sort of jealous. I feel like I need to put on my Batman mask for this episode.
Got my Colonial Viper out here from Galactica. Sorry.
I have my F1 car, so There's my toy.
Yeah. So I think when we get to the pop culture, we'll bring you a little nostalgia from our childhoods and even talk about a breakfast cereal and a candy. No, I know you love breakfast cereal.
Yes.
So be curious to see if you were ever a fan of this one. So, but let's start with 1978 sports. And then really started off with football. As we mentioned in previous episode, the Dallas Cowboys won 27-10 over the Denver Broncos to win the Super Bowl. As mentioned in the previous episode, this was the first primetime game. So pretty cool. And that was played in the New Orleans Superdome. And co-MVPs were Harvey Martin and Randy White in that game. So pretty cool stuff.
I wonder, do you think that to get to that stadium they used GPS?
Not in 78. But there's a good chance that there was an insulin clinic nearby. So
you guys have started something. It's never going to end.
No, you started it.
You started it.
Yes, I guess.
As we mentioned, Noel's had some stuff going on, so it's only fair that he might forget a detail or three. So.
I forgot a few things, man. Jeez, my brain's been in a blender for the last couple of weeks.
I hate to tell him, but that Cheech and Chong video rental's been in a couple episodes too.
That's why I said three.
Pretty much, yeah. If you listen to one episode, you listen to them all. Apparently, so.
Yeah. Y'all want Noel sing next? Here we go.
That's right.
Hopping into college football, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish won 38-10 over the Texas Longhorns, and they played actually in the Cotton Bowl that year. So that's where the national championship game was. So it's hard to pick Notre Dame over Texas from our perspective. I mean, I don't know. It's Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, Noel's yawning. That's all I had to say.
I'm going to slide right by gymnastics and association football. But as we look at baseball, so in 1978, Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds becomes the 13th player in Major League history to collect 3,000 career hits. So, wow. And in my opinion,
who would have bet that would have happened? Too soon?
So no,
it took me a second, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm reading about cereals in 1978.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, don't be doing homework in advance. So no, I know you've been one of the biggest baseball fans I know. Of course, you played baseball in high school. Do you think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
I just think it's stupid that he's not there. I mean, I know he broke the rules and stuff, but if you look at the people these days, they've broken rules. Like they've taken performance enhancing drugs and all kinds of crap, and they're in the Hall of Fame. So I mean, enough already. The guy learned his lesson. You made your point. Like it's just a bunch of old dudes that are like stubborn and digging their heels in and virtue signaling and crap like that. Like just put the guy in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. So he was one of the greatest baseball players of all time. So.
Yeah, totally agree. Agreed. Anyway, that year, World Series was won by the New York Yankees. They won 4-2 over the LA Dodgers. And it's been a long time since we've seen the Yankees and Dodgers match up. I wonder if we'll ever see that again, but hopefully not, but we'll see. So as we look at basketball, the 1978, the Washington Bullets, which later changed their name to the Wizards, won 4-3 over the Seattle Supersonics, who coincidentally does not have a basketball team anymore, and their city is becoming overrun by crime and all this other stuff. So probably won't ever change. Anyway,
no.
As we flip over to boxing, I'll bring this up just because there's some cool names out there. Leon Spinks defeats Muhammad Ali to win the world heavyweight title, and then about 4 or 5 months later, in September of 1978, Muhammad Ali recovers the world heavyweight title from Leon Spinks. So they, those two clashed twice that year.
Yep.
Do you know what iconic movie role he was considered for that released in 1978? There were a number of names that came up to be a possible consideration for this role in 1978, and Muhammad Ali was one of the top.
Rocky?
Part of me wants to say Superman.
That's correct.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No. So notable names considered for the role of Superman were Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Muhammad Ali, and get this, Elton John.
Really?
I can't even.
Can you imagine? So anyway, but yeah, Muhammad Ali was one of the top contenders to be the Man of Steel. Crazy, huh?
That's. I'm sorry.
But yeah, Elton John couldn't be a fighter every day of the week because only Saturday night's all right for fighting for him.
Yeah. You'd have to schedule it just right.
Yeah,
well done. That was nice. Good job.
Oh man, that's great. Player of the year for golf in the PGA was Gary Player. And U.S. Open won by Andy North. British Open won by Jack Nicklaus. PGA Championship, John Mahaffey. I've never heard of him. Then PGA Tour money leader was Tom Watson. Any guess what the top money winner was for 1978? What that amount was?
500,000.
Total guess. You're close. It's not that high.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
$1. So between
yes,
there we go. Between us,
$362,000. So I believe one tournament's purse is roughly 10 times that amount per tournament now. So I'm not sure what the Brooks Koepka won yesterday for winning the PGA, but I know it was significant.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was just a quick run through of sports. Not to get too deep. It was not doing a sports episode, but I want to get to something that's really fun to talk about, and it's just some of the things that started in 1978 that are part of what makes life a little fun. Our favorite cereals, our favorite candies, whatever it is. And the first one I'm going to bring up is the Reese's Pieces first popped into the candy aisles in 1978.
Are you serious? That's when they first came out?
Yep. And then coincidentally 4 years later, they were featured in E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
E.T.
And, very, very cool to see that. Noel, did you discover which cereal popped up? What's that?
Well, so Alphabets was released earlier, and then it came back in 1978, but this time it was in like alphabet shape. So it was like letters and stuff. Is that the one you were thinking about, or is it?
That's not on my list. I actually had remember that cereal Life.
Oh my gosh!
They came out with their cinnamon flavor.
I remember Life.
I
love that's my favorite one.
Wow. Yeah. I assume Life cereal is still. I rarely eat cereal these days, and if I do, it's something that doesn't have any sugar on it these days. So, but anyway, so no, I thought of you when I discovered that cereal because I know how much you love your breakfast cereal.
I do love it.
In 1978, the little yellow Lego man was born.
How
Oh,
wow.
So the little man with the yellow head on it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the cereal page. Have you guys ever heard of Baron von Redberry cereal?
No.
I don't think so.
I'd never heard of it,
Did
but
that have to do with like the blueberries or the blueberries and the Count
so
Chocula? It seems like it would be part of that.
Blueberry's in the same family. Blueberry was General Mills, as was the Baron von Redberry. It's a little baron dude in an airplane, and he has looks like raspberries or something on the tail. That's probably why it failed, because
Oh, I see it.
raspberries are terrible.
Keith,
Give me strawberries and we're in business, but raspberries should die. I don't like
Apparently,
them.
there's a Sir Grapefellow too.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I need a grape fellow.
Yeah.
Just something to randomly bring up. But Keith, when we did that cruise last September, when we stopped, I think it was St. John's, or was that candy store? It had all
That
those
candy
different
store
cereals
with
that
the
we never seen.
cereals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somewhere I have a picture. I'll see if I can find it. But it's just great. I mean, who knows how many cereals exist in the world? But the healthiest ones are not in the United States. That's for sure.
They are not. That's for
No.
sure. But yeah, there were some wild cereals. I remember that.
Brute. I've never heard of that one either.
That's a new one.
Pink Panther Flakes, Kaboom, Honeycomb. I love Honeycomb, man. Honeycomb was a bomb.
Oh, I loved Honeycomb too.
Wow.
Yeah. So next topic is 1978. Stephen King published his 823-page opus called The Stand.
The Stand.
Yeah, I mean, I would never sit down and read 823 pages. I don't know about you.
There's no way.
I would.
Yeah. Anyway, good for him for doing that, I guess.
I'd be asleep at page 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My wife can read for hours. I can't even do it. I just can't.
I can't do that.
I'm not a reader.
It's got to be a really, really good book to hold my attention. Otherwise, I'm out. But
absolutely.
In 1978, this is kind of just not related to anything, but home brewing of beer was made legal by President Jimmy Carter. So this is the precursor to Steve's favorite beer, which is the IPA of today, right, Steve?
Liquid bread. Yeah.
I mean, Steve does not like IPA beers, and he should.
You open up a can, you can smell it downwind. I mean, it's right.
He's not wrong.
No, it's true. Yeah. But it's got flavor, man.
Yeah, it does.
So
Noel has slowly won me over to IPAs. So I'm there.
It's flavored beer is what I call it. Not the other stuff. It's not that flavored. But anyway, we digress. We digest.
Yeah. So we talked about Elton John being considered for Superman. And I don't know why this is a big deal, but it was brought up as a pop culture topic. So I thought I'd bring it up for those that may have remember this. But Elton John introduces what they call a shocking new look where he stopped wearing glasses. So, and I think, you watch his music videos, he wore glasses a lot. His concerts, he wore glasses. But because apparently he was just seen as it was such a radical change to his appearance by removing the glasses. And but of course, he brought those back later.
Yep.
So one of my favorite school supplies of all times, and not that you get excited about school supplies, but the Trapper Keeper came out in 1978.
No way!
And this is a moment because we mentioned this in the first episode.
Keeper. Yes, yeah, absolutely, you're
wow.
right. Good call,
so
Keith.
The birth of the Trapper Keeper was 1978.
Yeah. And of course, now you can't even find them to my knowledge, but they should have a rebirth because I think these kids today need to get right by having a Trapper Keeper.
It would make everything better.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah. They need a Trapper Keeper and a Lowenbrow. maybe not until they're older though. Let's just
yeah. So one of my favorite candy bars of all time, was I guess launched in 1978. That was the Whatchamacallit candy bar.
Oh man,
I like the Whatchamacallit.
And I think that one's greatness. I think it's pretty good stuff.
Yep.
The Cabbage Patch Kids dolls first sprouted in 1978, and I'll admit my mom got like overly like excited about Cabbage Patch Kids, so she got me and my brother one, and we've never once touched those things. The great thing is they're in mint condition and still inside the box. So
you could probably make bank on that sucker.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
cow.
You could buy a ranch.
Yeah.
No kidding. And all the whatchamacallits you ever wanted too.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right. Y'all know that one of the top 10 baby names of 1978 was Topher?
Topher.
Yes.
How do you spell that?
Topher, like gopher with a T.
Oh my gosh.
David,
That's
James,
cool.
Chris, Jason, Michael, Topher. What the crap?
I've never heard of a Topher.
I think
either.
I think Topher wrote this article that I'm reading because that just doesn't seem
Yeah.
right. I think he inserted himself into this and it just doesn't fit. But anyway,
That's funny.
Wild. That's
Do you
wild.
have the top girl names?
Jennifer, Melissa, Jessica, Amy, Heather.
Okay,
Which
That's not
still
nearly
pretty
as fun.
common to today.
Yeah, it is. Makes sense, but Topher, man.
You ever think names like my grandmother McKelkey, her first name was Mildred.
Yep.
You ever see like Mildred ever coming back?
No.
Or Rita.
No. Gladys.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beverly.
I don't see it.
No, I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Ben and Jerry's debuted their first ice cream shop in 1978. And
that's a big deal.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll eat that ice cream if I have to.
Any day.
Yep.
And then Nike redefined their running shoe in 1978 with their new jogger shoes called the Nike Tailwind. And so it had sneaker shops. I can't talk. It had sneaker shops throughout the nation. And it was the first to introduce air pockets within the soles. So that was
interesting.
Believed to be more comfortable for the runner. So
interesting.
So
in 3M, they product was used in marketing campaign in 1978 called Post and Peel, and then it went national. Went national in 1980 as the Post-it note.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Big time.
Yep.
Do y'all use Post-it notes?
Oh yes. Jeez. I do.
So I used to. I have this thing called the Desk Board Buddy now that I use, like a dry erase board that I keep by my computer, and that's replaced the Post-it notes because I always felt like I couldn't. I don't know. Like I got them so cluttered after a while, so this was just a nice, easier thing. But I use Post-it notes. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I've bought my weight in Post-it notes. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm a Post-it note guy still.
So
goes right next to my Rolodex.
Yeah. Next to your date runner.
my rotary phone.
Yeah, still have that abacus.
Right.
Any guesses what the top car was in 1978? I guess the highest selling car.
Let me. What was that? Oh shoot! Hold on. Let me think.
It was ugly.
Oh yeah.
Pacer?
No. What is that? Let me think. Hold on. Please hold. I can't think of it. The Impala?
Yep. Chevrolet Impala.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Okay. Nice.
So it was the top car. It actually decreased in popularity versus previous years, dropped about 5%, but they still sold 620,000 new units in 1978 alone. Then the Ford Fairmont started to become popular in 1978 as well. So
wow. In mass suicide news, this is the year Jim Jones got 909 followers to commit suicide, including committing children by drinking poison Kool-Aid in his Jonestown commune.
Oh, wow.
This is how the term "drink the Kool-Aid" came into being. So that's kind of dark.
I need to think about that next time I use that, because I'll use that phrase, and that's not really what I intend when I use it. So,
in 1978, the legal field, the Twinkie defense appeared. So Dan White killed Harvey Milk and George Moscone, which sounds like a made-up name, but it's actually, I guess, a real name. The jury agreed that he had diminished mental capacity from eating too many Twinkies. That is bizarre.
That's great.
Yeah. Harvey Milk and George Moscone. That doesn't sound. Anyway.
Yeah. So here's interesting. A consumer product introduced in '78, Coors Light.
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I've heard
And
of
then
that.
we mentioned a couple of games earlier, like Speak and Spill on those, but the game Simon. Do you remember this?
Oh
Simple
yeah,
game?
yeah.
Oh,
The
my
four
gosh.
buttons. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And Huggies were
Oh,
invented
yes.
or
Oh, wow.
introduced. So yeah, some different things there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Bought many of those. My goodness.
No doubt.
There was this is kind of interesting. There was a welcome to Cleveland sign on a rooftop in the flight path to a Milwaukee airport. It's been causing confusion to passengers since 1978. So,
And that was introduced then. How funny.
isn't that funny? If you fly to, I don't know if it's at the Milwaukee airport of today, but apparently there's a welcome to Cleveland sign on a rooftop that was erected in 1978 to kind of mess with people that were flying into the town. So
I love that. That's hilarious.
that is pretty funny.
Very cool.
Home Depot was founded in 1978 in Atlanta, Georgia. Did y'all
Oh,
know that?
really?
Oh,
Wow.
That's a new one. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind
Man,
of.
I'm there
interesting.
almost weekly.
Yeah,
Oh, I
man,
know.
me too. Oh my gosh, I'm not
It's
buying something off Amazon. I'm at Home Depot.
I
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah.
I now live in a town that doesn't have a Home Depot, and I hated Home Depot before, and now I miss it so bad. It's crazy. I hated being able to have the convenience of running to be able to fix everything. Now I wished I had the ability to run and fix everything. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's,
Well, have we milked every ounce out of 1978 now?
I think we've pretty much done that.
We haven't
very sure.
covered the gross domestic product yet. I mean, we can get into that, but I have to do some research. But
Pretty wild. But yeah, so 78, notable year. Another one. I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit earlier in our minds, but I mean, you think about all of the things that happened, all the songs that happened, all the TV and events, and I mean, wow, that's a lot of stuff.
There's a couple more guys. I'm sorry, I know we're trying to wrap this up, but
We don't care. Keep it going.
on June 8, 1978, Steve will like this. Larry Bird signed a 5-year, $3.25 million contract with the Boston Celtics, making him the highest paid rookie in sports history at the time.
yeah,
Wow, that's
the
crazy.
crazy thing is he actually didn't play until the next year. He stayed for one more year at college.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Of course, that would never happen these days.
Well,
No, not at all.
3
They'd have already changed college 17 times for the 6-figure salary before they did that.
No kidding, man. 3.25 for 5 years. That's not even $1 million a year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That would never happen these days either.
No, not at all.
During this is the last one. During a 1978 Monday Night Football game, Howard Cosell commented on a delicious new snack he was eating. Thus, stadium nachos went mainstream.
Oh,
Wow.
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 Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's a big deal right there.
That's a one you want to slam dunk the end of that.
Yeah,
That's good.
Mic drop room right there.
You
but
think they were putting sliced jalapenos, pickled jalapenos on them back then?
I bet it started with the cheese, natural, and then they were like, you know what? Somebody I bet that came later, is what I'm trying to say.
I bet you're right.
Yeah.
But
Great addition, though.
I'm a big partaker of the stadium nachos, and
Man.
I love the nacho cheese that goes on those. My wife hates them, but that's because she's weird.
Do you like the cheese over the nachos, or do you want it in the side cup?
All over the nachos,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The side cup seems kind of sacrilegious to me.
Well, there's not enough cheese in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I worked. We volunteered. Lynn and I volunteered at to work at the concession stand for a football game for the band and stuff for my son, and I was put in charge of making nachos for people. I tell you what, like for about 3 hours that night, people had the best nachos that came to our nachos stand. You get in the stadium and it's owned by the Tomball ISD, and they're telling you put 14 chips in there and then take half a scoop of cheese and put it over the thing. I'm like, the hell was that? Like,
they're getting
30
their money's
chips.
worth.
I am like, I want to make these nachos where I would want to eat them. Right. I mean, dude, I was slinging some chos that night, man.
Administration's like calling each other. How come there's such a big line at this concession?
I got a curse at the counter.
Yeah, their
Right.
profit margins probably took a dip for those 3 hours I was working, but man,
Worth it.
I did not care. Oh my gosh.
Worth it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So just a random thing. So yesterday, my wife and I were at the grocery store, and they had all these people just giving samples of food, and one of them was a popcorn vendor, and he squeezed the lemon juice over the popcorn and then put this barbecue rub with it. It was amazing with that lemon juice on there.
What?
It blew my mind.
Popcorn with lemon
Popcorn?
juice on.
Yeah. I mean, fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Interesting.
Give it a try.
I'm not opposed to trying things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No kidding. Awesome.
Well, it takes a pioneer in food to come up with this stuff. You know, like at some point there was chips, and then there was cheese, and there was some guy, Mr. Nacho, that like put those two together.
Yeah,
the world's
Genius.
a better place. Yeah,
I agree, 100%.
Lemon juice
Pretty
on
wild.
popcorn.
I think that is a fitting way to end 78.
Yeah,
I agree.
And it on nachos.
Exclamation point.
I can't think of a better way to end it.
3 exclamation points is what I'm putting on there.
I agree.
There's a supply room up at the band hall, and there's like 5 nacho machines in there, and Linda was put in charge of like auctioning off these like all this equipment stuff and selling it, and then all the profits go to the band. And I'm like, I want to buy a nacho machine for the house. Like I need a nacho machine in my life, in my house. And she's like, no. She doesn't say no to me very often, but she was very adamant. Like this is a no. And I like rallied all of her friends like against her. And they even came with the hashtag nachos for Noel. Like like Facebook posts like nachos for Noel. I see him like nachos for Noel. And
that's hilarious.
Never given up on it. I still don't have my nacho machine, but you know, the day's still young. So
you still have your chance.
Of all pills to take a stand on.
Yeah.
Nacho machine.
I know it. Don't you guys want a nacho machine?
Yes, I want my own. I want the popcorn machine that's actually on the wheels.
Yes,
like the little carnival looking thing. I want one of those as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And a kegerator.
Yeah, and a hot dog machine. Like you just wake up in the morning, you throw some weenies on it, and by lunchtime, like they're ready. I mean,
yes.
I pretty much just want to buy my own convenience store. It's kind of what
I feel like I need to buy my own carnival.
Yeah.
Like now I want a churros thing.
Yeah,
and a cotton candy machine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
might as well put some insulin pumps in there as well.
There you go.
That's 2 references in this episode. Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
Well,
where are we going next?
We got to figure out where we're going next time.
All right, so we're gonna let the Wayback Time Machine do her thing.
Yes,
I think so. Let's hear what the Wayback Time Machine has for us. Let's start her up.
Let's go way back to the year 1988.
Hey,
1988. All right.
1988. I love it.
Oh,
I was in high school, so
Yeah.
I can't wait.
That
Yes.
was the year my older brother graduated from high school. So groovy.
This is going to be
1988.
good. This is like any of our listeners should be able to rally around this year.
yes,
For sure.
yeah,
No matter
totally.
the age. No matter the age. I'm excited about this. Okay.
This
So
is
we
gonna
got
be a good one.
1978 or 1988. So we are going a decade later, exactly
Yep.
a decade later.
Yep.
And okay, so we've done 2008. No, we didn't. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did
2008,
2008.
78, and now 88. Okay.
Yep.
So our Wayback Time Machine likes the 8s, the crazy 8s.
Yeah, for sure,
That's awesome.
for sure. So we ready to do topics?
Our high tech topics, with our plethora and wealth of information in there. Hey, you know what? Do we have one for pop culture?
No.
We should put one in there for that. Because that was some cool stuff we were pulling up, like the cereals
Yeah, it was.
and all that
I
stuff.
think that could be its own episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me grab a Post-it note. Hold on.
There you go.
Make sure you fold it in half, Noel. Surprised you didn't know that. So
Fold
it
it
doesn't
in
stick
half?
to the thing. Yeah. Remember he said, how are you going to use Post-it notes? Because they'll get stuck together. So you fold it in half. Jerk.
Dummy. You big dummy head.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Go, Keith.
Noel goes first.
You got. Yeah,
I
okay,
went
I'll
first
go.
last time, didn't I?
Yes,
I think.
it's true.
All
It's
right.
true.
Okay. All right, Noel. And coincidentally, pop culture.
Hey.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right.
That's a fun one. I like that.
Oh man, 1980s pop culture. That's up there.
So you want me to go next, Keith? You want to go last?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So I got TVs and movie.
Okay.
All right.
Movies. Okay. TV and movies, not TVs and movies.
TV's a movie.
All right.
Please
and
not. Please not.
what do you want it to be, Keith?
I don't want it to be world events and politics. I don't care anything else but that.
Keith, you got music of 1988.
Yes.
Keith is in his element when he gets to talk about music. So,
Boy, I can't wait. I'm already geeking out.
So that means that the mashup will be technology, sports, and world events.
Absolutely. Good
A
stuff.
lot to cover in those three.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy. This is going to be a busy year, but it's going to be fun. I mean, this is going to be stuff we are going to have conversations because there's a lot to talk about in this.
Yeah,
man, this is good choices.
The fashion, the fashion of 1988. I mean, we were wearing some goofy stuff in those few years.
Oh,
yes, we were. Yes, we were.
I can't wait. When was Hypercolors? Remember the Hypercolor shirts?
Yeah, gosh. It was. I think it's close to that time frame.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
No, it's going to be a good one. Good choice, Wayback Time Machine, and excellent drawing, Steve.
Yep. Nice return by the time machine. So
absolutely. and as a side note, if you have not heard the previous episodes, please subscribe to us, give us a like. We'd love a review in whatever podcast format that you're listening to, because we really love to have other people that we don't know really start to discover us. And we've had a few, and we're really grateful for those that are listening to us. But definitely subscribe and get the downloads as they come in. We'll be downloading new episodes for release every Wednesday going forward from now on. So we're very excited about that.
And just a thought for our listeners out there, as you hear these last few episodes of 1978, your kids are on summer break now, and you're probably planning vacations type of stuff. And a great way to pass the time is bore your kids of all the great stuff that happened when we were growing up.
That's right.
Make them go through that pain about how awesome our early childhood was. So,
in fact, while you're doing it, don't use GPS on your road trip. No. Make them read a map. Teach them to read a map, and then make them not play on their phones. Make them do a 1978 road trip and see how miserable they are.
Yep. And play that playlist that Keith created. Go to Facebook.
Oh yeah, there you go. That'll make it a little bit better.
Jam out to that. Nothing like the Bee Gees and reading a map for 16 hours.
For 16 hours straight.
Yeah.
How much longer? I got to go to the bathroom.
It's a good skill, actually, to learn how to use a map, you know?
Heck yeah. This is your opportunity, parents.
Don't let us down.
It's a good one. I like it. I like it a lot. Without the GPS, you wouldn't be able to tell you how long you have until you get there. So you truly have to
no
ask.
Clue.
Now these days, you ask for when are we going to get there? We'll just look. We're going to get there at 5:42. You know, to me, I don't know about you guys. But whenever I see
it's a contest.
It absolutely is. Linda doesn't understand that, but I'm like, hey, watch me. I can make this decrease by about 15 or 20 minutes at least.
Oh yeah,
you know. We stop at the bathroom, like you have 16 minutes because that gets us back to the original ETA, but
and that's not going to happen.
It is never happen.
That has to be a guy thing because Dawn doesn't get it either. She doesn't understand this, but I see that it's a contest to beat that.
There has to be something in our past, like in our DNA, that makes us all that way because we're all the same way, but we've never talked about it, gotten together and said, "Hey guys, let's do a contest for the ETA thing." Anyway, but all right,
totally.
Guys, I always enjoy doing this podcast with you guys. It's awesome. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope our listeners have enjoyed going on a Wayback trip to 1978 with us. It's been fun to be back in the 70s and talk about the technology, talk about the talking about all the music and world events and everything. It's been a great visit to this decade. So looking forward to 1988 and diving into that together with y'all. And hope you guys are having a good day, good week, wherever you're listening to this podcast episode. And thank you for tuning in. Tell some of your friends about us, and keep tuning in. We're going to be releasing episodes, like Keith said, every Wednesday. So it'll be great fun to keep this train moving. So enjoyed it, guys. Y'all take care, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Wayback Chronicles. All shows are written and produced by Noel, Keith, and Steve. Massive thanks to those who made these memories possible for us through the years. All songs, sounds, and effects have been attributed in the comments section and through links listed on waybackchronicles.podbean.com. We look forward to taking you way back again in the very near future.